Hello, everyone. Welcome to the October edition of MBC News. I'm Local 12's Brad Johansson.
And I'm Mike Dardis from WLWT News 5, competitors for a long time, but finally, we are on the same team.
Going to be the best broadcast ever.
Camaraderie. I'm excited, Brad.
Can't wait to be here with all of you.
Until they just gave us the hook.
What do you
mean, get out of here?
Oh, sorry, sweetheart.
We're anchoring this edition. This is our broadcast.
I'm sorry, Haley.
Your
Sorry,
broadcast?
Riley.
Jeez.
Okay, sorry, guys.
Oh, gosh. Anyways, I'm Haley Dardis.
And I'm Riley Johansson.
And this is the real MBC News.
Hello and welcome to this edition of MBC News. Haley, one thing I've realized coming in as a freshman is that a lot of students at MHS are willing to take initiative.
Yeah, that is so true. And one kid at MHS really took that initiative to the next level. Natalie Sears says the story of how an Eagle Scout dug deeper on his project.
Applied science teacher Mike Planica has given his students the chance to learn in a new, unique way through a garden he created last year. And with the help of local Eagle Scout Ryan Kennup, the garden has been transformed for Planica's students. Ryan started as a Cub Scout in first grade and has carried through to now where he is a Boy Scout hoping to earn his position as an Eagle Scout this year.
I had heard that Mr. Planica wanted something done out here, and I just wanted to give back to the school, and I just really like Mason High School, and I had to get this done, so kill two birds with one stone. Mr. Planica brings his students out here to help teach, and they get to garden and grow vegetables. So I took out 2 old garden boxes up here in the front, and I put new ones in, and we also put a trim around the side so the mulch doesn't fall and go into the sidewalk.
Becoming an Eagle Scout is harder than you think, and it requires a lot more work than it does for a Boy Scout.
You have to carry out an Eagle Scout project. You have to get a certain amount of merit badges, and some of them have to be Eagle required. And you have to have a leadership role for 6 months and just be involved in your troop.
Neil Armstrong, Martin Luther King Jr., and Barack Obama were all Boy Scouts. One walked the moon, one fought for civil rights, and Obama ended up in the White House. For all we know, one day, Ryan Kennup could take his leadership skills somewhere other than Comet Country. I'm Natalie Sears, NBC News.
I really love how Ryan took the opportunity to take his Eagle Scout project and make it a way to give back to the community and beautify the school.
Really, and the community just gives right back. Especially when dealing with things like cancer. Kaylee Connors has the story.
There are students and faculty at Mason High School who have been touched by cancer, whether it's through a friend, family member, or even themselves. English teacher Rachel Cronin says that her battle with breast cancer has affected her mindset and her outlook towards Mason's generosity as well.
What has been really interesting is how many students have come up to me privately and said, my mom had cancer, or my dad's going through cancer, or, some kids have said, I've had this going on. And so I've learned how many kids are dealing with something that's really big. The best thing to come out of this, honestly, is that I feel so ridiculously supported and loved here. Like, half the stuff on my desk is from friends and teachers that just walk in and are just like, here. And I'm like, stop giving me stuff. And people are doing things for me outside of school, and it's really made me reevaluate what kind of friend that I can be.
Colin Aldridge, a close friend of Rachel Cronin and co-president of Comet Savings and Loans, says that Comet Zone and CSNL team up for cancer despite their rivalry.
We team up with the Comet Zone, and we put on the Pink Out game. And so we raise all the money for that. And then we are kind of in partnership with them for the Tackle Cancer Night.
Originally, our idea was to have everyone here tonight outfitted with a Tackle Cancer shirt. And obviously we didn't think that all 5,000 people here were going to end up with one. So we developed a system to find sales projections, and we ended up selling way beyond our projections. So as a contingency plan, we brought out some of these Pink Out shirts that we're selling from last year. We had some extras, so all the funds are going towards the same thing, which is money to help support teachers in the district fighting against cancer.
MHS is affected by cancer, and because of that, many people are reaching out by raising money and doing the little things that show that they care. I'm Kaylee Connors, NBC News.
I really love hearing stories like that. It's always nice to see the kindness of others making an impact on our community and in our school.
Yeah, and Riley, art is another thing that really has a positive impact on people. More and more students, including NBC's own Emma Holbert, are taking the trip downtown to check out the artwork.
When people think of art, they think about staring at colors on a canvas. but the Cincinnati Contemporary Art Center makes embracing art a fun, interactive experience, free of charge. Located in downtown Cincinnati, the Art Center is full of things you use not just your eyes to perceive. Stephen Maticio, Art Center curator, believes the experience at the CAC is very different from the typical art museum.
Well, the Contemporary Arts Center, I think, is different from your typical museum in that we have no permanent collection here. So we're continually responding to art that's being made of our time, and you're always going to see something new here. And the experiences are so different. So we're not just showing work that's based on walls. We're showing video, we're showing installations, we're showing very immersive things that I think are very experiential.
The Art Center's unique qualities are not limited to the art itself. Coming to the Art Center is free of charge, giving everyone the opportunity to see it for themselves.
We got a gift from a foundation as well as a group of philanthropists called the 50, and they have made free admission for the next 3 years. And it means that there's no economic barrier. It means that you can come in here whenever we're open, you can bring as many people as you'd like, and just explore and experience contemporary art.
Whether you're looking for the perfect photo op or just wanting to learn something new, the Cincinnati Contemporary Art Center has made an innovative take on artistry for people young and old to experience. I'm Emma Holbert, MBC News.
That was really interesting. I definitely have to go check out the Contemporary Arts Center.
Yeah, I had the chance to go there over the summer, but you know, Riley, you don't have to drive all the way to Cincinnati to get the full interactive art experience. Raleigh White gives us an inside look at Mason's art program.
All of us are human and have emotions throughout the day. However, the outlet for this emotion varies from person to person. Some people use music, acting, or sports. However, for many students here at Mason High School, they choose to use art as their outlet.
The school requires every student to take an art class before they graduate. However, many students find themselves taking more than just one. Whether they believe it will be helpful for a future job, want to display their creative ideas, or just want to enjoy the environment. Students like Darby and Nadia believe these classes help them prepare for the day ahead.
I think it's helped me become a better student because starting my day off with art de-stresses me and gets me ready for harder classes throughout the day, and it's helped me cope with stress throughout my high school career, and also it's helped me to think about things in different ways.
My favorite art class is ceramics because it's really hands-on and I'm a kinesthetic learner, so being able to touch it or touch the clay and form it and do glaze and stuff really helps me.
Hannah Zimmerman, an experienced art teacher here at Mason High School, also believes that these art classes are essential for a student's growth.
So visual arts classes are really significant for a student's development. During the adolescent time period of a student's life, there's a lot of growth and learning and change that's happening within the student's brain. And visual arts classes, the focus on kinesthetic activities and spatial awareness, and then the problem-solving skills all really help a student develop as an entire person.
With the unique opportunities that these art classes provide, it's no wonder that they continue to become a popular choice here at Mason High School. I'm Raleigh White, NBC News.
You know, Riley, I think it's great that these students are using their art classes as a way to really express themselves, you know? You can really tell that they love their work.
Definitely, and another group that really cares about what they're doing is the band.
Yeah, I mean, and when you care this much about what you're doing, it's really important to have a passionate leader as well.
I agree. Shanzad Hami has a story.
Within the last 2 years, the MHS Marching Band has made their way to the top of the leaderboard. This year, the band members are under new leadership. The new MHS band director, Johnny B. Green, has taken the responsibility of guiding the band members to success.
Students have had to grow accustomed to these new changes. Senior Charles Paul, who is a drum major this year and has been part of the marching band all 4 years of high school, has learned to adapt to these new ways.
We definitely have tons of new techniques and things that we're doing. They're all things that are going to help us grow as musicians. We've definitely added new warm-ups, new exercises. Before the brass and the woodwinds, we were typically separated most of the time. Now we're together as a full wind ensemble quite often. We're more focused on our technique as a whole band and not just in sections. So it feels really more unified than before. I think that there's so much more in the marching world that we have to learn, and I think that having a new voice and having these great new opportunities is really going to come and help us out in the long run. We, of course, are still adapting to some changes and getting used to the way things are, but we've definitely gotten better as far as visual technique and things like that that are really important when it comes to marching. We still have the same morale and excitement as we do as a band. The drum majors, we still do stretches, which is a great tradition that we always loved. For the most part, things really haven't changed all that much with how we treat each other. It's just overall, we have a different sense of how we're going to get things done.
Although things are run a bit differently, the marching band has a reputation of working hard and are well known throughout the nation. Johnny B. Green will have to work hard to keep up this reputation and have a successful year. I'm Shanza Dhami, MBC News.
You know, Riley, as a senior, it's been really great to see the band grow for the past 3 years, and I'm really excited about what they'll do this year.
Me too. I can't wait to see what they have in store for the rest of the time I'm here at Mason. We'll be right back after this important message.
Baseball and softball don't officially get started until the spring, but the two programs spent the fall season giving back to the community. Riley Malloy has the story.
Every day, the Mason baseball and softball players get the opportunity to swing a bat, throw a ball, and run the bases. But for a short period of time during the fall, they are suiting up and taking time out of their own practice schedule, not with themselves in mind, but with the students with special needs in the Mason community. The Mason baseball and softball programs are teaming up with the Mason Challenger League to help dreams come true of playing just like the Comets for these children.
At the beginning of the season, the kids get paired up with a Mason player and they become their buddy. The buddies follow the kids around the bases, help them throw and catch and hit, and even got themselves in for a wet surprise when the kids found out there was a water balloon station. Sydney Carter believes that this is a great chance for the kids to showcase their abilities.
The kids usually don't get the opportunity to play and show what they can actually do, so I think this is the perfect opportunity for them to actually get to play and just have fun doing it.
Not only do the kids get to play their hearts out on the field, but when a karaoke station was set up, they got the opportunity to sing their hearts out too, and took that opportunity with great pleasure. Liam Ackman's favorite part is getting to see their faces when they succeed.
When we're out in the field and we're playing, just seeing the different emotions they have and the happiness this brings to them on and off the field, just the different activities we do.
Even though the kids do enjoy the karaoke and water balloon fights, they enjoy more being able to play with their friends and connect with their peers, and the encouragement they get from them to keep doing what they love. Especially Allie Huber, who enjoys being part of a team.
I went to Teams and Friends and Teams.
Hannah Lee feels that it's not only important to help herself succeed, but to help these kids succeed in things they don't have the opportunity to do every day.
I love the look on their faces because we do it every day. We throw every day, we stretch every day, we hit off a tee every day. But these are things that they love doing more than anything. To be able to give that to them, and it's we're giving a little piece of our sport to them, and it's I love that.
It wouldn't be game night if there wasn't a sweet treat, and that is exactly what they got. Towards the end of the game, the kids became ecstatic as the Kona ice truck rolled up to the field, putting the cherry on top of their amazing night. For years, students with special needs have been forced to sit out and watch from the sidelines. But with the help of these Mason players, these young athletes are getting their own chance to step up to the plate and make their own memories that'll last them a lifetime. I'm Riley Malloy, MBC Sports.
The Mason girls tennis team dominated their competition this fall, going 18-2 overall and 8-0 in the GMC, all while having just one senior on the team. Anna Knazwitz has the story on the youth movement in girls tennis.
Mason girls tennis is pretty good. Well, that's kind of an understatement. They're really good. They dominated the GMC, advanced several players in the postseason, and 7 girls earned first-team all-conference honors. You know, the stuff veteran teams achieve after years of hard work. But this isn't a veteran team. The top players are freshmen, with the rest of the team being made up of freshmen, sophomores, and 1 senior. Despite the youth, they are one of the top teams in the state, and with a lineup of so many underclassmen, it looks like these girls could be hanging a lot of banners here at Mason High School.
As a team, we practiced really hard, and each practice we had a goal to keep in mind, and so I think that goal really helped me play my hardest at GMCs to get Player of the Year.
The lone senior on the team is Nicole Reed, who paired up with freshman Annie Cruz to claim a GMC doubles championship. This unique blend of youth and experience was a key ingredient in their dominant play.
As the only senior on the tennis team, I think it's my responsibility to make sure everyone feels like they're part of a team. Tennis is normally known as like an individual kind of sport, so it's kind of my job to make sure that all the underclassmen kind of adapt to the team aspect of tennis. I make sure everyone feels like family on and off the court.
It's an honor playing with Nicole for first doubles, and the age gap doesn't really affect us. If anything, it really helps us because it's really comforting knowing that I'm playing with someone that's been on the team for 4 years and has a lot of experience.
Most coaches will tell you that it takes veteran leadership and experience for a team to win championships. Even though the tennis team was made up of mostly freshmen and sophomores, they had the steady leadership of a talented senior who without a doubt has left her impression on these young players. I'm Anna Knazwitz, MBC Sports.
Wow, I wish I was that talented as a freshman. Just like another talented athlete here at MHS, senior Abby Hughes, who recently collected her 2,000th career assist to help the Mason girls volleyball team to an 18-3 overall record and their second straight GMC championship. Natalie Mishu has the story.
The Mason High School volleyball team has had a tremendous season. They are one of the top-ranked teams in the state and have claimed yet another GMC championship. The team has had a challenging schedule against several big-time opponents, but despite all the pressure, Coach Tian Meyer says this team knows how to have fun on and off the court.
Goofy. They like to have fun off the court. They sometimes are too quiet on the court, but overall they're compassionate young ladies about the sport that mean the world to me.
Not only has this been a historic year for the team, but also for individual players as well. Earlier in the season, senior Abby Hughes collected her 2,000th assist.
So when I got my 2,000th assist, I honestly didn't even realize that I got it at first. I totally thought that it was our outside hitter, Anna, that got something. But then when everyone told me and I heard over the announcement that I got my 2,000th assist, that it was such a big deal for me, and I couldn't believe that I actually made that. And it was just so cool to have my team support me and make such a big deal for me, and it just showed me that they really cared.
While Coach Meyer likes to give her players all the credit, she has also accomplished a major milestone this year, winning her 300th career game. Major coaching accomplishments, individual achievements, state rankings, league titles are just some of the achievements this team has chalked up this year, but now they turn their sights to a long postseason run. I'm Natalie Mishu, NBC Sports.
While we like to think it's all highlights when it comes to sports here at MHS, there are plenty of lowlights in the fall season as well. Natalie Sears and Megan Rubson bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
What's up, Comic Country? I'm Megan Rubson.
And I'm Natalie Sears, and we're here to bring you this year's best, worst, and ugliest moments of MHS sports.
Our fall season continues to bring us some amazing highlights, but also some times when our athletes were not on their A game.
Starting off with the good, we've got some girls volleyball.
Ball is served, bumped by Brinkman, set by Hughes, and spiked back over by Brinkman.
This play isn't just good, it's great, giving Hughes her 2,000th assist. Coming in with the bad, we've got Nick Kruger getting nailed from behind.
Yikes, number 10's flop was definitely not an Oscar-worthy performance, and neither is our acting. With all good things comes some not-so-pretty plays.
Hughes is back and pinned down by libero Sophie Hoffman.
I mean, hey, at least wrestling season's soon.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of The Good,
The Bad,
and The Ugly. I'm Natalie Sears.
I'm Megan Rubson, and we'll see you next time.
You know, Haley, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You're completely right, Riley. And you know what the problem is? Some teachers just don't get it. So Lauren Banks hit the halls to find out how you feel about this situation.
Let's be honest, we've all been there before, sitting in class while your teacher is giving a huge lecture, or taking that test that you've been studying all week for, and it just hits you. You gotta use the restroom. So you sit at your desk thinking about it, and then you finally muster up the courage to get up and ask. So we ask you kids in the hall, how do you feel about asking your teacher to use the restroom?
I mean, you can't control it, so if you gotta go, you gotta go.
I think that it's kind of awkward when you're in the middle of a test and you're just like, I gotta pee, and then everybody looks at you while you walk out the door.
It's embarrassing.
I think that it's pointless because you should just be able to get up if you need to use the restroom.
I feel bad because it's for a very long period of time.
Nerves when they're like, why do you have to use the restroom? Well, why else?
I kind of feel like I'm an adult and I'm about to be in college and I shouldn't have to ask to go pee.
I think it's pretty annoying.
Then if it's quiet and your shoes squeak, that's also awkward.
Use the restroom and I don't really care what my teacher says.
Ask the teacher to go to the restroom, I'm just gonna go. Why do I even ask?
If they say no, I'm just gonna use the restroom in your classroom, so figure it out.
What's more annoying than that is when the teachers say, can you use the restroom? Like, I can use the restroom.
None of my teachers make me ask, they're just like, go.
Tell you to do it, like you should have done it like 30 minutes ago, even though like you have to go right now instead of like an hour ago.
Maybe you're one of those people that says to your teacher, can I please use the restroom? And they say, well, can you? Well, it's pretty obvious that we can all use the restroom. But sometimes it can get a little awkward. I'm Lauren Bangs, MBC News.
You know, Riley, it's always enjoyable to see what our peers have to say about common problems here at MHS.
Definitely, we can all relate. Thank you for joining us on this edition of MBC News. As always, we're committed to bringing you the news of students making the news.
A lot of hard work goes in this broadcast, and we couldn't do it without our amazing cast and crew. For everyone in front of and behind the camera, I'm Haley Dardis.
And I'm Riley Johansson.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech, you'll shake and shudder